My name is Gail Gilbert, and I am the artist presenting work at the Winchester Cultural Center. The name of my exhibition is Tethered. The title of the show is Tethered, and that has to do with the connection between the weight and the flight. So it's that action of being tethered, which has that, strength in what's holding it and strength in what's being expressed, up and out, breathless. I didn't know if the glue was going to hold this wool as well as it held the linen, because the linen is such a looser weave. I like it. It's cool. At first I started out trying to make everything look like it was blown by the wind, look like it was the wind. And that was based on a dance that I made a couple years ago, where I was the dancer being blown by the wind. And I wanted to make a sculpture of that. And that's that blue piece in there. That's where that came from. And now I've sort of, as I did more of them, I thought, okay, I could make all blue pieces of wind, but I sort of started to branch out and think about, well, what is it that was so beautiful about that? And it's the flight. So it's about finding pieces with other materials that have that sense of flight. I want people to get a visceral reaction when they see it that has to do with their breath. The same way I am a performer, I want that in there. So it comes out in the sculptures too. I want something to, this material that I work with to have a life. This piece that I just have set here, for the anchor, I'm using this piece of wood, which I think is great because it already has this slit in it. It's already got this crack. And I decided most of the pieces that I've been gluing, they kind of go around in these circles. So I wanted to try gluing the fabric in a horizontal place and trying to get a ripple effect. It's a more recent piece, and I was just trying to bend this steel piece and trying to get a softness to come out of that really hard, rigid thing that we usually associate with just, a building or something. And this I saw that it was getting kind of soft, and the stones just have sort of like a gentle sort of connection to each other, sort of like a kiss. I had these strips of steel that I had worked on for a theater prop piece, and they were sitting around, and I was thinking about the fabric and how it's woven, and my idea was to weave these and then shape that, which I've done with other pieces of wire that's in work that's going to be in the show. And this, I just started grabbing it and bending it, and I was getting that sense of flight already, and I want to show you what happens. It's very fragile. This is tiger iron, and these are all just pieces of steel. And it's so fragile that even if you change one little element, it will just completely fall over. So it does look fragile, and it really is. The balance point on this is so delicate. Now it's going to take a while to get it back. The name of this sculpture is Aeoliana, which is a made-up word, being representing an Aeolian harp, something that is being played by the wind. And this is fabric that's essentially played by the wind. And it's based on a dance that I made for myself a couple of years ago, where I was a dancer being blown by the wind. And I wanted to, without being trite or too representational, I wanted to just create a piece that looked as though it was the wind. And because of the color, I think it also just looks like a piece of the sky. The show is called Tethered because each of the pieces represents a sense of flight and a sense of weightedness, and that show in each of the works is about that opposition and that static position full of life that's in the middle of that which is heavy and that which is light.